Hey everybody, a bit of a different video here. We're actually going to talk about demolition, a part of real estate that isn't talked about so much. So we are here in the city of Austin. We're on the east side. We're going to get a tour around here of a house that's going to be torn down very soon and will be up for sale for new construction in 2022. So we're here with a local small business owner who's going to talk a bit about what he does, demolition, you know, basically the prep work, and actually checking out the demolition itself, right? So looking forward to this one. We can assure you no trees have been harmed in the filming of this video. And let's get to it, y'all.
Hey guys, it's Colton with Texas Teardown. We're over here on the east side on another project that we're working on. This is a little over 3/4 of an acre, and it's got 3 structures on it. It's got a back house, it's got a shed, and it's got the front main house that you can see behind me. So yeah, we're gonna go through with Aaron and just tell you a little bit about the behind the scenes that go into the demolition part of getting a new development on the way. Just gonna walk through our site and just show you some of the things that people have asked us questions about, and, you know, things you may not consider when you just think of demolition and destruction. And that's a lot to do with our site protection and our tree protection. So as you can see behind me, you know, when you walk up to the job site, these are mulch logs, and it's exactly what they sound like. These socks are filled with mulch, and those act as a erosion barrier, a continuation of the silt fence here, so that dirt, any debris or dirt doesn't come off into the street and flood our, you know, our sewers or our water drain systems. So the city actually inspects this before we are even allowed to do demolition. So erosion control, as you can see, is very important, and that's one of the first things that we do before we can even touch the house. A lot of people don't realize that we actually take a lot of effort to protect the trees before we even get on the site. It's a city requirement that any tree over 19 inches in diameter gets protected. It's called the critical root zone, and there's an equation based off the diameter of that tree that you use to figure out exactly how far you have to put the fencing like we've got here. So as you can see, this is a ginormous pecan tree. This has got to be at least 150 years old. So this was high on the priority list to make sure that we protect it, which again, it's all about the root zone. And so you put up this tree fence so that you don't have any foot traffic over the roots. You know, during the new construction, it's usually more of a concern than our demolition, because you'll have a lot more trades come through here. And again, protecting the tree is really critical. So they have this, you know, after the new build is complete. So that's the second part of our site protection. You know, the first part's your erosion control, make sure no dirt comes off, and the second part's the tree protection. This is our main house that we're gonna be demolishing off of this lot. It was built in the 30s or 40s, and yeah, it's just part of the natural, I guess, evolution of development. The old will eventually go. That's our job, to get rid of the old and make way for the new developers to come through. Again, this house is built in I think the 30s or 40s, and we always try to come through here and salvage what we can. We have a close working relationship with Habitat Restore. So, you know, anytime there's doors or windows or light fixtures or anything that we can pull off and donate to them, we try to do. But as you can see with this house, most of the fixtures are dated. It's pretty rotted. I think this house has been vacant for like 3 years. So unfortunately, there's not a lot of stuff here that we can salvage. But if you come in, we are actually going to try to, the one main thing we're going to try to salvage is this beautiful shiplap that is covering all the ceilings and is behind all these walls. Shiplap, it's just planks that are board over board, but it's used in a lot of the older houses, so you can't go buy this now. You can attempt to recreate it, but it's never the same as the original stuff. And so I've actually demoed a house, interior demo off South Congress, where they need some shiplap to fill in some of their holes in their wall. So we're gonna do our best to surgically remove the roof off of this. And once we collapse the roof, we'll actually pull a lot of these planks off, and they'll be going back into a house off of South Congress so that they can finish up their walls. This house has probably been vacant for about 2, 3, 4 years, something along that lines. It's always interesting to see what people leave behind or things of that nature. But as you can see, we've got a couch, got a chair, and I've had the question before, like, what do you do with all this stuff? And as you can see, there's really nothing in here of Got some Miller Lite cans, a couch and stuff, but this all just goes with the house. But you know, if there's anything in here like appliances or fans, I mean, we literally strip this thing apart of anything that Habitat will take. But you can see this fan's probably as old as I am, so they won't take that. But all the wood up there, that's gonna be our goal, is to salvage as much of this shiplap as we can and keep that out of the landfill. Hey guys, we're back here just showing you another version of our tree protection. This one requires 2x4s because we're actually standing on the critical root zone, but there is an old driveway that's laid all across this. And so obviously us putting mulch on top of concrete really wouldn't do anything. So what we have to do is we'll wrap the tree in the 2x4s, and once we get all the structures down, the very last thing that we'll tear out of here will be the driveway. And once we expose the root zone, then I've got this trailer full of mulch, and we will put mulch down over the root zone so that any foot traffic will be protected over the root zone. So at Texas Teardown, you know, teardown is in the name, but we try to save things whenever we can because we just come across so many things that if you had to go to the store, you'd have to buy or take time to grow or anything like that. So I'm no botanist, but I believe this is aloe vera or agave, one of those two. And so I've already got 1 or 2 people I'm hoping we can relocate that to, because you know, there's no reason that it should go in the trash, and it's got to go though for the new development. So yeah, we do what we can, whether it's rehoming plants or saving shiplap. We try to salvage as much as we can from the site, and once we do that, then it's time for the destruction. This is our destroyer right here. No, just...
This is the beast.
So this is how we get the house down. I get a lot of questions on how do you take the house down and able to load it up. Well, it's 50,000 pounds of American steel right here, and through this machine I can accomplish anything. So yeah, just sit back and watch a little bit of destruction go on. All right, so you saw the main house. There is the shiplap that we're gonna try to take out. So we'll actually take a little more time with that one, be a little more surgical with the demolition process so that we can try to get some of that wood out and rehome it. But this one, as you can see, is what I call your traditional Texas teardown. This thing's it's dilapidated, it's been abandoned, things are falling apart. See, Jack Daniels is the only thing that keeps the rain out of this house. So this one is definitely a full teardown. There's really not a lot of stuff in here that can be salvaged, so we'll just do a full teardown on this one so you can get to witness the power of the destroyer. All right, guys, well, I hope that kind of answered some of your questions about behind the scenes destruction that goes on. You can see our new teeth held up right here, so we're gonna keep going on this demo, and I really appreciate Aaron for having us on.
We'll talk to y'all next time. Thanks a lot, Colton.
Thanks, guys.